So the higher the number, the faster that the drone is going to react when you push on the stick. For up and down, or ascent and descent, I have this set a little bit higher than most people. I like it at 0.40. I think anything lower than that just takes too long to initiate the ascent. Now, for yaw settings, I have that set to 0.33. Don't set this number too high, or you contribute to quick, jerky rotations, and the footage will look like a 6-year-old was flying the drone. For the pitch and roll setting, I have it set to 0.38. If this number is too low, you have to push the stick almost all the way forward before the drone starts moving. If it's too high, it kicks off like a drag racing car.
Take off. Landing. Landing. Landing.
Flying well lit, textured environments.
This adds a little bit of a slow motion effect, and it's a lot more forgiving if you're flying in windy conditions. So the Neo 2 is pretty good at handling the wind, especially for its size, but it's not as good as a heavier drone. So if you're recording in 24 frames per second, or even 30, and it's been windy out, you don't have that opportunity to slow down your footage and get rid of all those little jerky movements. And you're going to notice that in the footage when the drone is getting pushed around. So being able to have a little more frame rate to cut your video speed in half when you're editing can really help to hide all of those little movements. Plus, it just makes the footage look more cinematic. Okay, the fifth tip that I have for you guys for the Neo 2 is something that was based on a video I watched a couple of weeks ago from another YouTuber. It's called Malko Time Flies. He has the Neo 2. He does some tests with it, does some tutorials on it. And what he did was a test for the Wi-Fi signal. When you're flying the Neo 2 with your phone, does the digital transceiver affect the Wi-Fi signal? So what he did is he flew the drone with the antenna attached, and he got out a certain number of meters. I can't recall what it was. He brought it back. He took the digital transceiver off, and then he flew out, and he got further, about 200 feet further for those of us that in the U.S. But so that's pretty significant when you're talking about, a drone that only gets, about 600 to 800 feet of Wi-Fi signal in a good situation. 200 feet is pretty significant. So I've actually been testing this all day. I started this morning when I first started making this video, and I did it throughout the day in different spots, different conditions,